Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ruchika and I am a recruiter with Microsoft. And for those of you who do know me, well, welcome back. Today's video is very interesting and exciting because I thought of sharing some of my experiences when I started my journey in the corporate world. And I thought of doing something on the lines of what are the things that you should keep in mind when you are starting your corporate journey, right? So all of what I'm going to share with you is something that I went through when I started 10 years back, and I did not know anything about navigating my way into corporate, and I was leading a chill life. So I definitely don't want you to do that. While of course you can lead a chill life, but also make sure what is the end goal. So with that, let's get into it. Okay, so coming to the first point and the most important point that I did a couple of years back was when I started my journey. While I was very excited that I got an opportunity with the company, and I'm starting off and I'm going to earn on myself, and I was really excited and it was great. But what also happened was that I got comfortable with my job. I stopped pushing myself. I was like, okay, this is it. Chalo, matlab ab chill marenge. We'll just enjoy ourselves. We're getting the salary. Spend our weekends watching a movie or chilling with friends, and that was life. So unfortunately, I kind of got into that very soon, and it lasted a good one and a half year or so. And I just completely stopped pushing myself at work. It was just normal work that I was doing, which I was not excited about at all. And so it is very important that you do not do that. It could be a dream company, it could be a role that you really wanted to be a part of, it could be something that you wanted to do and you finally got it. And probably you're getting like some really amazing salary as well, and great benefits, and everything is fantastic. But that does not mean that you stop pushing yourself. It's not like you need to chill all the time. Because long-term goal is something else. I'm sure you probably want to be a leader someday, or you probably want to lead your own team, or you want to have your own startup, or whatever your dream is. That is the end goal. So make sure that you have one eye on that end goal, and don't relax completely as soon as you start your first job. The next one is, and a lot of freshers do this as well, is they do not question their boss. I did not do that at all. In fact, I feel bad that I did not do that at all. At least in the first 2 to 3 years of my journey, I did not ask my seniors. I did not question my seniors. I did not speak up in team meetings because I was hesitant, and that really, I feel that kind of costed me my career a lot at that point in time, because I was not sharing my views. I was not sharing my thoughts. What is it that I feel could be probably beneficial for a certain task or a certain project or whatever it was, and that was something that was very bad on my part. I was hesitant as a fresher, and I'm sure a lot of people are hesitant as well. So make sure that as you're stepping into your corporate world, you are sharing your thoughts and ideas from the very beginning. In fact, an organization is paying you for you to be your authentic self. They've seen certain things in you. You come with certain skill set, certain strengths, and that is why you need to make sure that you are sharing all of that with your team, with your boss from the very beginning. Ask questions. In fact, question your boss as well. In case you've been given a task which you don't understand, question them. Can it be done differently? Can the timelines be tweaked? Make sure that you are participating in whatever is going on around you, and you're not living in your la la land, and you're like, okay, I've got to work, I'll finish it 8 hours a week, 8 hours a day, and I'm done. So come out of it. It's very important, because you're also building on your confidence. It really helps you later on when you are stepping into the mid-level career of your journey. It really helps, because then your senior leaders, your senior managers, or whoever are also seeing a leader come up. So you need to be a leader whenever you start your corporate journey, and it should start from the very beginning. Don't wait like me, like 2-3 years after that. Then basically the train has left the station and you're like wondering, acha ab mujhe karna hai. So you understand, right? The next one is I did not look for a mentor. I did not ask any help in navigating the corporate world. So a lot of times, the corporate world can get a little overwhelming because it's completely different than what you've seen in college, in your school, at home. It is very cutthroat. And so what happens is you need some mentoring, someone basically who has experienced this a little before you, has experienced it for maybe 4 to 5 years, has probably learned their way to navigate their career into the corporate world and get insights from them. This was one thing that I really I really feel bad about that I did not do, because a mentor can really help share experiences. What are the things that they did which they probably do not want us to do, right? What are the mistakes that they made which they can help us not do? So make sure that you're able to identify a mentor. It could be somebody who's been in the organization for 3-4 years. It could be a college senior even, and just reach out to them and just speak to them. You don't have to like formally ask them, would you be my mentor? But make sure that you're having these conversations with them. They could guide you about anything from what projects to take up, how do you show up in team meetings, what are the things that you can do outside of your projects and outside of your team. So make sure that you're having these conversations with these people. So the next one is, did not take up career opportunities outside of my comfort zone. So this was one thing that I regret when I started my career. Was I was put into a team which I did not like. I did not like the work. It was a desk job. It required me to work on Excel sheets almost the entire time that I was there. Although I did learn VLOOKUP, which was a plus, but other than that, I did not learn anything from that job. So I really at times kick myself for not speaking up and realizing that this was not the job for me. It took me a good 1.5 years to figure out that boss, ab nahi ho sakta, ab nahi kar sakte. I have to do something to get out and probably look for something which is more in line with my aspiration, what I want to do in my career. And then I realized that recruiting was where I wanted to be. But that 1.5 years, I wish probably I realized it a little earlier and then probably not wasted so much time. But that's okay. But if you are somebody who has got into a role or has started the corporate world in an organization which you feel is not something that you're cut out for, make sure that you start looking out for a different role within the organization, or start looking out for an opportunity which is more in line with your aspiration outside. Do not waste time. Do not think that things will just materialize for yourself. Kuch miracle hoga and something really nice will happen. No, it is not going to happen. You have to make the first step. So make sure always that you assess what is the situation you're into, and if you want to continue being in that situation, it is absolutely fine. Maybe for somebody, I do not demean that job that I did in my first year of my corporate world. Maybe somebody really likes that job, and I have immense respect for anybody who wants to do that job. But that was unfortunately not something that I wanted to do. So even for you, if you are stuck in something that you do not want to do, make sure that you identify what is it that you want to do and move out quickly. Because the more number of years of experience that you're getting and the experience that you're kind of putting on your resume, it gets a little difficult to then switch into a different role or a different organization or like some completely different role. Supposing if you are you've done like let's say again like a desk job like I did, and it was more into Excel and doing a lot of VLOOKUP and whatever. And from there, if I had to probably, if I had stayed in that job for like 6 years or something and then move into recruiting, it would have been very difficult for me to make that shift. So make sure what are the opportunities available for you, and make sure that you move quickly in order for you to do what is it that you want to do. Last but not the least is I did not get out of my comfort zone. This was something that I think came also from the fact that I was always a below average student. I always struggled with talking with people and public speaking and not being able to be a leader, and that kind of took a toll as well. Like my emotionally and like intellectually, I started believing all of those things. So that also stopped me from getting out of my comfort zone. Like I would be hesitant to stand up and speak up in meetings or do any sort of public speaking or anything of that sort. So it took me a good I would say 2 years or so to come out of that. So make sure that if you are doing a certain job or a certain role and you are feeling that you're not getting challenged enough, or you want to take up something more which by which you want to feel challenged, and you feel that you want to come out of your comfort zone, make sure that you speak up and tell your manager that this is what you want. Because it is again very very important that you're constantly building yourself. You imagine you're basically like a building, and every day you lay a brick and you're building yourself, right? So you need to make sure that you're laying your brick and you're building yourself vertically and not horizontally. So it should not be the brick is not being laid like this, because then you're like like this, but you're building yourself vertically. So that's something that you need to always keep in mind, because again, long term goal, I'm sure, is for you to either lead a team or lead an organization, or have your own startup or whatever it is that you want to do. But make sure that you're always keeping that end goal in mind and working towards that every single day. I'm going to take your leave. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you got some great insights, and if you did, do like, share and subscribe. And I'm really really excited and happy that I was able to share my experiences with you. I hope that you have an amazing career, and if you are starting your journey in the next, say, 6 months or so, all the best. You're going to rock it. Take care. Bye. Stay home and stay safe.